Yo, what are you doing? You getting buff?
Do it again. Yeah. What's up, guys? It's me, Merch. Check it out. I made it after that last run to get some really bad food. Look at that. Yeah, it's not good. It's like fair food. It's one of those things that you never really know how good it is until you order it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But take a look at this mountain in the rear view. That was kind of cool to see. To put that behind me and get headed towards South Lake Tahoe, which is where I ended up. This place called Base Camp. This place was one of the only places that I could sneak into at 9 p.m., which is when I showed up. This place reminds me of like a mini Las Vegas. It's kind of weird. It's right on the California-Nevada line. Like, you can go across the street and you're in California. You go on the other street, you're in Nevada. Totally different rules. Throw a mask in the mix, and you have yourself some very complicated situations. But it's beautiful out there. It's really nice. This is the grade. There's a grade that you have to go up and over to go from Carson Valley to Carson City. I can't remember exactly what it was called, to Lake Tahoe, and it is around 8,000 feet elevation. Most things are around 8,000 feet to 11,000 feet elevation in this area. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. I've never seen that many mountain peaks. I mean, I think it's called the Sierra Nevada Mountain Range. I think. I'm so bad with this stuff, guys. I do zero research before because I don't have time for that. I'm about ready to check out of a motel right now. I got about 45 minutes to get everything I own on my bike and get out of here. So it's like that type of situation most days. But take a look at this. It's beautiful, non-stop beauty, carving stuff out of the mountain like this, like Minecraft. I still don't know what they do with all that stuff. It seems like they just hit the delete button, like someone's out there with a pickaxe, just getting after it. But I never get tired of driving these roads. It's pretty fun, and usually I can have the roads somewhat to myself. There's not too much traffic out here at this time of year. It's still pretty cold. They were about to get about 22 inches of snow in a few hours from when I'm on the motorcycle right here. So it was a good time to get out of Dodge, so to speak. And the views are nice. The winds are extremely high. They're blowing me all over the road here. You probably can't really tell. That's not from me. That is the wind. I'm not moving at all. High winds, very, very high winds in this area. That's something that no one really talks about. They probably they must get used to it. I never get used to it. It always throws me off because I'm on the motorcycle and I can feel every bit of it. If I had the camper, I would probably be dead. So it's a good thing I don't have the camper anymore. But this is Lake Topaz, I think. I had to just Google map it, and it looked like it was Lake Topaz. I kind of just blew by, and I stopped one time, small town, and the neighborhood cop drove by like 5 times, and not to check if I was okay, type of thing. So I definitely got back on my bike and left before I got a ticket for I don't even know what, being alive. Some towns, guys, they do not like people like me rolling through. I don't know why. They just think that I'm like up to no good, when in reality I'm just having a vacation. But this is what's the name of this one? National Forest Toiyabe. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's like Toiyabe National Forest, I think. Every time that I hit the button on Google to try and pronounce it, it's like this lady computer that's trying to pronounce it. It makes no sense. Why would you have a lady computer trying to tell you how to pronounce something when they can't even say it? But guys, this is awesome. I absolutely love this forest. It's in Nevada, I guess, technically. State lines, I never really pay attention to them too much when I'm riding until I see a sign, and I usually don't pay attention to the signs that much. But because I'm looking around. I'm looking around at all the mountains and the rivers, but this place has some serious fishing. If you're a fisherman, you probably already know about this place. You've probably already been here if you live in the area. The fishing is good. There's people on every single corner there of that river It was flowing pretty hard. All this snow melt was coming down, and it seemed like they were doing pretty good. They were catching quite a bit. It dumps down into this overpass where there was a truck driver who hopefully is okay. He went down that bridge with a truck full of metal, so hopefully he's all right. But this is Lake Mono. That's what the overlook is. There's this nice windy pass that goes down it. And last time I was here was in the summertime. It was completely different atmosphere. But right now it's actually pretty comfortable, maybe 50 Fahrenheit. We're getting down there, but this is a saline lake. It's extremely alkaline. There's like brine shrimp in it. It's, you know, it has to do with all like I think something to do with like the volcanicness of the area. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the people that used to live there used to just eat the shrimp, kind of crazy, the larva. That if that was my diet all the time, I'd probably be a little upset, but hey, you know, maybe it's pretty good. It's a little salty. So the landscape changes fast. It's very strange. You'll be up in the mountains with the snow. Next thing you know, you're in the woods again. And then before you know it, you're in some kind of arid desert stretch. Then you're rolling through the canyons and there's a river. Then you're going out through the prairie and there's nothing but just wildflowers and rolling hills. It's confusing. That's why I don't pay attention to really where I am anymore. I just kind of stopped caring because it doesn't matter what you call it. It is what you're looking at. So that's why I don't really pay attention as much, because every couple miles it feels like you're in a different state. The things change very, very fast in Nevada and in California. That's very cool. So just be prepared for that if you're driving. Have your camera ready. Luckily, I have my camera right on the front of my helmet, and I'm constantly turning it off. And then 5 seconds later, I'm turning it back on, because you'll see something like this. And you'll be like, what? I didn't see that coming, because I was just in the woods. And now all of a sudden I'm out in this huge plains on this downslope. So this is kind of like this entire road. It dumps you downwards. You're descending from the high elevation, and you're going down into Bishop is the town where I was headed down towards, because it was the only town in the area that was going to be somewhat decent weather, not snowing, not raining, not blowing 100 miles an hour, and somewhat warm. So you can see here it's starting to warm up. We're getting down back into the canyons. The rockiness is starting to pop back out again, and then boom, we're right back into the fields, and then there's the mountains. We're in the desert. It's confusing. And not being from out here, you could tell somebody that you're in a completely different state and take a different photo every like 10 minutes, and they would probably believe you, because it is convincing. It's a very cool place to live, and a lot of you guys say that you live here or you live near here, and it must be kind of a cool thing to be able to specifically pick what type of weather that you want within a certain amount of area. So if you wanted to go snowboarding one day, you could. So you can go snowmobiling the next day. You can go surfing after that. You can go out in the dunes in the desert. You can go, you can go hiking up in the high elevation, or you can go in the down low in the desert plains. It's pretty interesting to be able to switch it up that much. The mountain ranges are really something that we don't have on the East Coast. Not like this. I mean, we have the Appalachians, but it's not this extreme. This is extreme, and it is cool. Some of these peaks were, I think, 14,000 feet above sea level. And then the next thing you know, you're in the desert. So it's something to see. Go see it. If you haven't been in Nevada, or if you haven't been to California, out on the eastern side of California towards Sierra Nevadas and the mountain ranges, definitely check it out. This little town called Bishop is where I ended up, and it is kind of like one of those spots where you can get stranded. I actually did get stranded here for a couple days because my motorcycle tire was just about done. At this point, I didn't know yet that it was bad, and I got stuck in this little town. High winds, there was no tire, and I had to sit around in hotels. But I got it all fixed up at Chad Banta's motorcycle shop. I want to give him a huge shout out. They really helped me out. They got the tire in one day, and this town is not located in the best spot. These guys are legit. If you're ever in Bishop, hit up Chad's shop. They're awesome. They did it, and they did it quick, and they did an excellent job. I went with a Dunlop, so switch it up, you know. But I'll talk to you guys real soon. We're going through the canyons next.